Are you lounging? She's lounging with mommy. You're so funny. Oh, she saw me with the camera and she instantly sat up. What you doing? She doesn't know I'm talking to her. Yoo-hoo! Hello? What are you doing?
I thought you were talking to Chelsea. I'm looking up crafts because I'm really bored.
Alex is looking up crafts. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow is Alex's last day of school. She did school, I don't know, I think most kids are getting out of school like this week or have gotten out of school.
Last week, I think.
Last week? So Alex did school a little bit longer than most kids because we take 1 day off a week. So her schoolwork is spread out a little different. Then we have to kind of like schedule her summer. And she's not going to take a traditional summer break like most kids. So she won't have like the 8 weeks of summer or whatever it is that most kids have. We're going to give her a little break. And then we're going to have her do like short weeks for a little while. Just so that she remembers everything and it's not like, bam, you're starting a school year and you forget everything you just learned. Yeah. Because I think that's what what happens with a lot of kids. I know that happened to me.
I remember I went to public school and I was like, yeah, I'm so smart. And then I started summer and like forgot everything, came back.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I had the same thing happen to me when I was a kid. I forgot everything over the summer. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't remember anything. Like when you get to school, and it was kind of scary. So I think we're going to have her do like short days, which her days are already short. But also with my surgery, we're going to have to relook at everything, the whole schedule. Because with my surgery coming up, I want her to take that time off. Because I'm going to need her help, like with Chelsea, and like I can't lift anything, so I'm going to need Alex and Michael to help me out. So I'm like, I'm probably not going to want to mess around with schoolwork and having to worry about, you know, grading it and all that other stuff. Even though it's pretty simple, it's not hard or anything, I don't want to have to worry about it during that time. So tomorrow is her official last day of the 5th grade, and then we might give her... Yeah, middle school. We might give her like a week off or something and then do short days and then take 2 weeks off for my surgery recovery and then either have her start short weeks again or start full-time again. I don't know. We'll see. Her schoolwork traditionally only takes her, what's the most it takes you? A couple hours? 2 hours is probably
the most.
The most. She can usually swing it and get it done like... She's always done before lunchtime. Always done before lunchtime. So her days, and we don't start early. we sleep.
I start at 10:30. I start my school. No, stop!
So she tends to start her work at like 10 or 10:30, and then she's done by lunch. So, but it's always fun to have a last day of school. So we might do something a little special. Maybe get a treat or something. I have something in mind. Can you guess what it is?
I want plants.
You want plants?
I want plants.
Random.
I told you that before.
Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, she's got
You want plants.
I want plants.
Okay, I guess Alex
told you that
wants
before.
plants. For inside or outside?
Outside.
Okay.
Well, maybe a little bit inside.
I guess
I got my plants over there.
Yeah, you got yours. So the girl wants plants. I guess we'll get her a couple plants. I'm going to show you guys this cloud. It looks like a camel. And guess what? Guess what day it is? Hump day. And there happens to be a cloud that looks like a camel. It's date night, and tonight we are going to Subway because we told you guys the other day that they have the $2 subs right now. $2 meatball, $2 cold cut. I'm gonna get the meatball. Michael gets the cold cut, right? Yep. And before we go, we're gonna hit up Circle K for a Polar Pop, which is an inexpensive pop. It's only like, what, 69 cents? I think 79 cents?
I think it's up to 79 now.
Did they bump
like
it?
If you go, yeah, but if you go to Subway to get a medium pop, it's $2.
Yeah. And
you
we'll
can get a super gigantic, that's just way too much pop to drink size at Circle K.
For 79 cents. So we're gonna stop by the gas station. I told Michael he's gotta go in and get it because the last time I didn't make it to his liking.
You put too much ice in it.
I don't remember if I did too much ice or not enough.
Too much ice.
Michael says it was too much ice. So
Because then it just gets
I just remember being like, from now on when we get a Polar Pop, you're getting it. So I must not have made it how he liked it. So he's gonna run in and get us a drink and then we're gonna go to Subway to eat.
Okay, so what you were doing, see, you need to lay, you can get crushed ice and cubed ice. You need to lay a nice layer of crushed ice. And then you do some cubed on top of that.
No.
And then you do another layer of crushed.
No.
Yes. Because then it gets you get all different kinds of coolness on your drink. So
you're
you
weird.
fill the bottom with some crushed.
I'm not okay
with cubes.
I didn't.
And then you do another layer of crushed.
No. Okay. Game changer. I'm gonna have to get the Polar Pop from now on. I don't want cubed.
There's not a lot of cube. There's just a layer of cube. It'll keep it from like the crush melting too fast.
You're nuts. Whatever. I'm not buying it. Ice is gonna melt at its own pace. It has to probably do with the environment more than anything.
Crush will melt faster than the cube.
Do we need to do a scientific experiment to prove this?
You have to.
You're crazy. Now I'm all in a funk because I know there's cubed in there. I'm OCD.
You would never have known
No,
had I not said
this
nothing.
is not good for the OCD in me because I'm thinking, no, I want crushed. I don't want cubed in there. What are you trying to do to me? So we just walked in the door from Subway and I went to sit Chelsea down in their high chair, and it was one of those wooden high chairs like they use at restaurants. First thing I noticed was the buckle was broken. Like I went to buckle her and there was no actual buckle piece, just the rope part, I guess the belt part. And I was like, okay, and there was no bar between her legs. And I thought, oh, I don't like that. Well then, I noticed it was like shaky, and Chelsea was trying to like spin around in the seat and kind of like play in the seat because she wasn't strapped in. I'm like holding on to it and I had her right next to me because I'm like, I don't feel safe with her in this thing. So one of the workers was like wiping off tables and I was like, do you guys have another high chair? And she's like, no, what?
She gets in and she closes the door.
And I said, well, this one is really not safe. I said, somebody's kid is gonna fall out of it and get hurt and you guys are gonna get sued and it's not gonna be my kid. And she goes, I'll put it away and I'll call my manager and I'll tell him. She goes, nobody has ever said anything and we've used this high chair for a long time. How sad is it? Like I picked up Chelsea and I shook the high chair and the thing was like ready to fall apart. And how sad is it that people have been putting their kids in that and haven't said anything and still use the thing? It was not safe. So during all of date night, I was trying to eat my sandwich with one hand, my sub with one hand, and hold Chelsea in my lap the whole time. So I felt kind of silly, but I was like, it was not safe, was it? No, we have to stay safe. So I'm thinking about doing a quality control check and going back to that Subway like next week and see if the chair is still there or something. Because I'm one of those parents that I don't want to see any kid get hurt. Some kid's gonna fall out of that chair if they use it again. Right? Yeah, we gotta keep the baby safe, huh? Yeah. But the lady did, she took it to the back room, so hopefully they'll replace it. You gonna go for a drive? Yeah. Okay, so earlier today I started to tell you guys about Alex's summer break and I didn't really explain why we do it the way that we do it. So the reason we give her a short break in the summer is because the majority of our homeschool friends do it the same way, and then we take a longer break in the winter months when it's nice and cool out and we can go do things. It gets really active down here in the nicer months. Summer months people just kind of stay inside because it's so hot, or like go to the pool. Those are basically your choices because it's just too hot. So that's the way everybody kind of does it, is we take longer breaks.
Or anything with AC is pretty much where we go in the summer.
Yeah, we do longer breaks in the winter so that we can like travel, you know, go to Michigan, enjoy all the Christmas stuff, and that's like when we have a lot of different festivities going on. Yeah. With that being said, it's time for the question of the day. And today's question comes from Julia.
Wow, Miss Vlogger today.
Farquharson. I have no idea if that's how you say it. I'm sorry. And she wants to know, did Holly and Mike homeschool, and does Alex enjoy it? I homeschooled the end of my 10th grade year, my 11th grade year, and my 12th grade year of high school. So I went to my freshman year and half of my junior. Is that how it goes? Yeah. Sophomore, junior, senior. How's it go? Michael.
What?
Freshman?
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Sophomore. Okay. So half my sophomore year. And then I decided I wanted to homeschool. My sister was homeschooled. I saw how much she liked it, and she had like a full-time job, and she got to hang out with her friends, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I kind of want to do it too. Plus, high school was just a joke. Like, if you just showed up to class, you passed. It was just silly. I didn't learn anything in public school, so.
I want to do homeschool.
I was homeschooled just, you know, for most of high school. Michael was a public school kid.
Yep. At that age, I didn't know what homeschool was. I'd never heard of that.
But given the opportunity to do
I
it.
wish I would have been homeschooled. I hate getting up early.
Michael.
That was the worst part of school was getting up early.
Yeah.
Oh, and
You wake up at 11 o'clock in the morning now.
I had to walk to and from school too. So
In the snow
in the
sometimes.
winter, and that was rough.
Yeah.
It was probably a good mile and a half, I would say.
Right. And then they want to know if Alex enjoys homeschool.
I enjoy it a lot because not as much stress. The teachers aren't that good these days. I
Well,
wouldn't say bully, but they're kind of mean. And
Depends on who you get.
it depends on who you get,
I had
and
some bad teachers.
yeah, I did too. But I know a lot of it also is there's pressure from people above them on how they can do their job and how well of a job they can do and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily, it's completely out of their control. It's not like they choose for it to be that way.
So, did you already explain in the vlog how tomorrow's her last day?
Yeah, tomorrow's her last
So
day.
5th grade, and then she'll be starting 6th grade when?
We haven't really completely decided because of my whole surgery and having to take a couple weeks to, you know, recuperate or to heal. That kind of threw my whole game plan off. So we have to kind of refigure everything out. But she's going to have like a week off, and then I think we're going to do part-time work, and then 2 weeks off for the surgery so she can help me after the surgery and we don't have to worry about school and that sort of thing.
goodness, that hurts.
So you enjoy it? You want to continue?
Yeah. It's not
I had even asked her, I'm like, I could take you to the public school, the middle school, because she would be going to the junior high this year, so it's a whole separate school from where the elementary is.
High.
I know, junior high. So I was like, do you want to go to the orientation? I can take you to the orientation. You can look at the school. You can meet the teachers, blah, blah, blah. She's like, nope, I don't even want to do that.
No, not even looking at it. I don't want to look at that terror. I don't want to look at that terror chamber.
Oh, you're so silly. We don't really have a question that we could ask them.
How many people are homeschooled?
Oh,
Who
yeah.
goes to homeschool? Who goes to public school? If you're out of school, what did you do? Were you homeschooled? Were you public school? Because there's adults now that watch us too. So
Right, and I guess if
how many
you
wish that
wish
were
you
in
could have.
public school that they could have been homeschooled?
How many of you wish you could have been homeschooled? And if you're a parent or an adult or even a youngin', do you plan to homeschool your kids, or would you like to be able to homeschool your kids? I guess if any of those apply to you, whatever you want to answer, leave it down in the comments.
Oh, my puppy cuteness. He worked and worked and worked to get the blanket that way. And he's all snugly inside it. And I'm disturbing his peace.